been about a week or so. My bad. But been busy with work, working a full-time schedule again, and a little extra. But in the meantime, went off to the Watershed Festival at the Gorge in Washington. I'm super glad we decided to go last minute. I wanted to film a bunch there. Unfortunately, I didn't. I was far too intoxicated to even figure out how to use my GoPro, yet alone find it. Unfortunately, on the way there, I definitely got pulled over for speeding. My first fucking speeding ticket ever. Surprisingly, right? I'll give the officer props. He definitely hooked it up. He tagged me at 76 and a 50, and it was literally a mile from the Gorge or Watershed or the festival there. Probably about a mile. I could see it. I mean, I don't even know where he was, because out there it's literally just flat desert, nothing. I don't understand. But when he came up to me, he actually, first thing he asked me was so where's your radar detector? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, well, as soon as I tagged you, you're all over your brakes. That's why I'm asking you for a radar detector. I was like, no, I honestly don't. I was just, slowing down I saw cones coming up, so I decided to slow down. I'm blaming all of that on Chase, by the way. He told me to fucking hurry up because I was slow and I drive a Duramax, so I should have been there hours ago. But all said and done, the officer was cool. He only gave me a 5-over ticket, which was $105. I don't plan on traveling all the way back over there, so I'm just paying the ticket, getting out of the way. Talked to my insurance. It shouldn't go up a bunch. I'm not worried about it. It's the only ticket I've ever got. So with that said, guys, today's video, we're going to meet up with Dylan. He's deleting. I'm not going to say deleting, because it's super illegal, but whatever. He's pulling the EGR off a 6.7 powerstroke, and I'm gonna go harass him and tell him how much an idiot it is to work on a Ford, because they're just, yeah, they're Fords. So guys, let's go check it out. So pretty much this is all filler bullshit. The main topic of this video is my Duramax once again, and once again, where the fuck am I even going? Hang on, guys. It broke again, and I had to fix it again, obviously, because I'm driving it. I know I said I replaced the CV axles, and I did that on purpose because the passenger side had a nasty tear. Drove it to work, came home, and the whole fender well was just covered in grease. So I thought that was my nasty, it had like a nasty growling sound. So I figured that was the issue, because obviously the boot had no grease in it by the time I got home. So as I'm replacing the CV axle, I just did a typical, you do a wheel bearing check. You grab your top and bottom of your tire with it still mounted to your hub, and you put pressure on it to see if it'll wiggle any kind of movement. It didn't move, so I was like, okay, well, it can't be the hub. Wheel bearings are probably fine. So I put the new CV in, put it all back together, and it is still growling super obnoxiously. I mean, I can't even hear myself think at this point. God damn, what the hell is it? So I've had a hub sitting in my garage for a while now, so it's a Moog. Do not do cheap shit. Put a Moog or Timken in these Duramaxes always. Best way to go. They're a little pricey, but it is well worth it. You'll never have an issue again. Well, unless you're running offset wheels, big tires, so on. You'll definitely have to replace it down the road. It's just one of those things. Anyways, I pulled it all back apart, pretty much everything that I pulled apart the previous day to do the CV kind of thing. Put the new hub on, put it all back together, went and drove it, and it drives like a dream now. And I'm absolutely, it almost felt like a new truck, because I could hear myself think, and I'm super, super excited. So with that, I would never thought it was the hub, because it didn't show signs of play. It was solid, but apparently that was my howling noise. So it's fixed now, guys. I promise. It's probably not going to be the last thing to break on this thing, but that's typical. It's wear and tear of driving this thing every day. It's my daily driver, so that's just one of those things that it's going to go out. You're going to have to replace. you know, on any car that has, you know, a CV axle, or, you know, obviously everything has a hub, front and rear, unless you're on a moped, I don't know. But yeah, guys, so Duramax is all fixed up. So when I was doing the hub replacement, I actually didn't have my GoPro. I had some technical issues with my GoPro. I decided to tweak out and just completely wipe all my Wi-Fi settings on it. I couldn't figure out how to redo it, but I got it in lock now. So I'll just show you guys a clip of the sound. I took it on my phone. It actually has better quality than my GoPro, which is kind of sad. So I might have to upgrade here pretty soon to a Hero 5 because I just want one and better quality for you guys. So check it out, guys. I know it's pretty bad. It was blown beyond belief. It's probably the worst noise I've ever heard in my life, coming from bearing. I'm surprised there's any bearings left. It's probably just dust. Yeah, I said she was a little blown, huh? I don't think it's supposed to make that noise. That's sweet. Real sweet. I also do have some other news. It's about Truck Wars. So I will not be attending Truck Wars, unfortunately. It is, I'm sure some of you guys will understand, it is my girlfriend's birthday weekend, and I promised I would take her out and do something nice. And I know she doesn't want to go to Truck Wars, so I'm gonna suck it up this time. And you know, I'm gonna skip this one. But the next one I will go to, I promise that. But for those that are going to it, they actually changed the times because it's supposed to be so hot over there. It is now it's still in Royal City. It's from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night. So you might get involved in some night racing there, which actually probably be pretty cool. And I'm actually wishing I was going to that because they typically don't do night racing. But like I said, guys, I'm going to suck it up. But the next one I will definitely be attending. And I actually will be filling you guys in a little bit about this trip we're doing for my girlfriend. Gonna do a little filming. We're gonna meet up with some folks. It's gonna be a good time. Probably gonna leave her birthday portion out of it, but I'll include, you know, who we're meeting up with and so on. Just bear with me, guys. I don't know where I'm going. Dylan just sent me an address and I'm going to it. I don't actually know if he's pulling the EGR off his truck because I'm pretty sure last time I knew it was still in his truck. So I don't know if it's his truck or someone else's truck, but we're gonna go find out here in probably about 5 minutes. So we'll see it real quick. All right, guys, so I'm finally out here wherever Dylan led me, to the middle of fucking nowhere. But here we are. I'll show you guys his truck. He actually got his new forged wheels on, which kind of look lame. Just kidding. They look pretty good. They're 22 by 12 field forged wheels. He's got them wrapped in 38s. They look like cookie cutters to me. I don't know why. They just do. You're talking shit about my wheels. I'm not talking shit. I'm saying they look like cookie cutters, and I like cookies, so they cut well. But yeah, as you can see, we're out in the middle of nowhere. It's actually not Dylan's truck. He's deleting the EGR off it. It's this one, which is pretty much his twin truck, but smaller. All right, Dylan, so what do we got cooking here? It looks like a shit show, bud. I don't fall down first.
There's a lot of bolts back here in the back that are kind of a pain in the ass to get to. There's, I believe, 8 of them total.
Huh.
8 or 9.
It looks like a fucking mess to me. My EGR in my truck, it was actually about half the size. You see, this is the oddly positioned emissions thing right there. That's about the size of a, probably a small person's torso. And this is what an EGR pretty much does. I'll show you guys briefly. So take these pipes right here, they're exhaust, and it reserts it back into your engine and actually reburns your exhaust. Now this, yeah, I just got my finger dirty, is nice and nasty. And I would not want that burning through my truck. I wish I could have actually showed you guys what mine and my Duramax look like, but I was obviously not in YouTube at the time. But I'll tell you firsthand that that was probably the nastiest EGR I've ever seen. It was gunked up and it was built up. It was like almost sludge. But yeah, we'll keep going here. Hopefully Dylan get this out probably, I don't know, Dylan, what do you say, by the time the sun goes down? So I was not about ready to sit around all night waiting for Dylan to fuck around with that EGR. So apparently the 6.7, the 2011, and I believe he said 13, there's like an extra bolt on the back of it that mounts to a bracket. It's a stud with a nut on it. And on a lifted truck, you pretty much have to be like Gumby to be able to reach up there and get it. So he was messing around with that forever. I got bored and decided to leave, so I'll have to touch base with him later on that. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe as always, and we'll definitely catch you on the next one, guys. So I know I already wrapped this video up, but I do got one thing to add real quick. Hunting for horsepower over in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I am gonna be making that trip for sure. It's September 9th. I'm gonna make up for not going to Truck Wars, but I'm gonna go to that for sure. That is a for sure thing. I already took the time off for it. It's happening. And also, I do have to apologize. I literally just realized my GoPro was in wide angle viewer. So if you guys don't like it, let me know. If you actually like it, just tell me. I mean, I'll start filming like this, or I'll just tone it back down to the medium format. But I guess it's up to the viewer preference. So let me know, guys, what do you like? Do you guys like the wide angle lens or no?